Part 2! Part boo! Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real, Part 2 of our October 2023 podcast. I'm George. Hello. Ryan, I'm here with Ryan Lance. Ryan, what's up?
You know, George, I was worried you weren't gonna tie it home with that intro.
Thank you.
But my God, you really brought it home.
Speaking of bringing it home, there's a trailer for Little Nicky on the TV right now, and that's offensive. Anyways, Carrie, what's up?
I have never seen Little Nicky.
Don't.
But that's what I've heard. I think I've heard a rant or two from Ryan about the film Little Nicky.
It's a gross
movie.
movie.
No, it's mostly like because like there's that disgusting like Popeye's chicken ad, and like at the end they like are eating Popeye's chicken, and like it looks disgusting. It's the grossest thing ever. They're having these gross demons with like horrible makeup eat this gross chicken. So now to this day, I cannot eat Popeye's chicken. So
well,
there was
I'm definitely not watching this because I love Popeye.
Remember that like Popeye's chicken sandwich fiasco like a few years ago?
Yes.
That was like the whole time I was like, people are going crazy over the
Little Nicky, yeah.
Yeah, it just I don't know.
That sandwich is too much for me. Anyways, yes, this is our second part of October. Last episode we talked about the movies of the month of September, and then we started talking about the movies of October once because I had a feeling there's going to be a shit ton of movies to talk about in October. And I also just wanted to get it done so we're not so late. And because I wanted to get my thoughts on Exorcist Believer.
Before you forgot about
Before I forgot about it completely.
That's completely fair.
But yeah, we got movies to talk about today, such as Evil Lurks, Annabelle Fall, The Killer, a lot of stuff on here. Such as Totally Killer. Also, it's October, so spooky, whatever. Totally Killer. This is an Amazon Prime horror film. That's all I know about it. I've seen the poster. I think I looked up something that was also interesting about this movie.
I believe I'm the only one who's seen this. So basically, this movie is essentially The Final Girls. That movie. It takes place in this town, and they had this killing that happened a few years ago, and the main character who is
wait, this is literally just The Final Girls.
It's literally just The Final Girls.
Huh.
Yes.
So this must be the movie I saw the director of The Final Girls quote to me like, didn't I make this movie already?
I believe that is what happened. Yes. So the main character who is Sabrina from that cool, sexy Sabrina It's Dark show on Netflix. Her mom was like friends with the girls who got murdered, and then suddenly the killer comes back and kills her. And her friend made a time machine, and she goes in the time machine and she goes back in time, but to try to stop the killer.
So a little more far-fetched than The Final Girls.
Oh yeah, no, it's absurd. Like the girl's like, yeah, for the science fair, I made a time machine, and like it's like okay, it's a very, like, tongue-in-cheek, so, like, I can kind of forgive it. But it is pretty much that movie, and... yeah, I think it's a little forgettable. I think it's, like, a fun, like, nice, quick 90-minute kind of thing if you're looking for, like, a horror comedy type thing. I don't want to get too into it. Mostly because, like, there's not, like, a whole lot to say about it.
I assume you'd recommend The Final Girls over this?
It's been so long since I've seen The Final Girls. I think The Final Girls does more with that, like, Friday the 13th style thing. And also, I really like that bit at the beginning where they're walking and, like, the kids come by, and then 89 minutes later, they come by again. Then it's like, why'd that happen? And then 89 minutes later, it's like, okay, now I think we're in the movie. I think that was a great bit to start off with. So yeah, I think Final Girls is probably the better one of this, but it's been so long.
It's got what's her name? The Farmiga daughter, Thaisa Farmiga.
It's got the nun. Wait, no, the other one.
No. She's a nun.
She is a nun.
It's got a nun.
nun. All right, cool. Well, then maybe I'll rewatch The Final Girls instead. I've been thinking about it. It's staring at me right in the face across from you, Ryan. I have it on Blu-ray, yes. It's on the second shelf right there.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that one, but I do have George's old DVD of it.
It's true, because I upgraded to Bluray. Yeah.
George was like, I don't need these crap-ass DVDs anymore, and I was like,
it's got Omaha's
Adam Devine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Thomas Middleditch. I forgot he was in this.
Yeah, he's in that. Anyways, Final Girls, check it out. No, Totally Killer. Whatever, it's on Amazon.
You can watch 2 movies.
Do what you will.
Why would you watch 2 movies? Why would you stop there?
Dix the Musical is the next movie on this list, folks. This is a wacky musical produced by 824. These are the directors of films such as Bruno and Borat and The Dictator. I'm a big fan of Bruno.
Bruno is so funny.
Bruno's very funny. Continues to be fun. It's less offensive than Borat, I think. I think Bruno, I have a lot more fun, but, you know, it is what it is, you know? Anyways, yo man, fuck man, welcome to... I still say that all the time. Anyways, Nathan Lane's in this. I didn't see it. Carrie, Ryan, you saw this. Carrie, what does it say about this?
Okay, well, you've seen the movie The Parent Trap before?
Yes.
It's
this
that.
Is similar.
No, it's that. It is just that.
It is similar.
But it's 2 dudes, is it?
It's two identical fucking twins, and they happen upon each other because they both wind up working for the same company, which is a company that sells Zumba parts. No, it's like something like that. It's like a Roomba knockoff.
Oh,
but they don't sell Roombas. They
sell,
only
like,
sell the parts. They sell
like...
little wheels, little brushes.
Honestly, that's very nice. I buy a box of those too.
See, you need this company, and they're both the top competing salesmen at this brand, and then they find each other and have the whole scene where they realize, oh my god, we're brothers. We have to get our parents back together so that we can be a family. So they switch places and try and trick their parents into going out to dinner with each other. And it's hilarious. I had a great time.
How much Megan Thee Stallion is actually in this film?
Not a ton. She's
so.
got like one song where she's the feature, and then she's like the CEO of the Little Brush Company. So she's not in it a whole bunch, but she's got a couple scenes.
Okay.
But I think Nathan Lane is the star of the film. He's as usual.
Yeah.
He's incredible. And I just really enjoyed it because as the movie tells you at the beginning, it's our 2 leads are 2 gay men who are boldly and bravely playing straight men. And it's just them being such heightened, such silly caricatures of misogynistic straight assholes, and it's just having the best time with it, and it does not mind being the most obnoxious, stupidest thing in the room, and it's proud of that fact. And I vibed with it, and it's one of those where you'll know immediately whether you vibe with it or not, I'd say.
Ryan, what'd you think of this film?
I did not like this. At least as much as Carrie. I there was definitely a lot of parts I laughed at. I think Nathan Lane also still was the hardest working person in this movie, especially judging by the stuff they made his character do. I'd love to be in the room with his agent, like reading the script to him for that one song.
I will say, like, there's a blooper reel over the credits, which thank God we're back. But some of the best parts of the movie is just watching Nathan Lane in the bloopers at the end, being like, "What the fuck am I doing in this movie?"
But for my main issue with this movie is I feel like they're like everyone. It feels like they're trying to be like out wacky each other, and there's no one to like. There's no like grounded character.
It's a straight man.
There's no straight man in this game
Ryan's the only guy who will go to the biggest, gayest movie ever and be like, "Hey, where's the straight man?" Huh? I'm getting a little lost.
But like, I feel like you need someone in like, especially a heightened like ridiculous thing to be like, this is just weird, you know. And, like, there's parts where, like, you know, the sewer boy thing, where the twin is acting like that character for that. And that's what made that song and that bit work. It was like, okay, at least someone is, like, acknowledging how weird this is. But for the most part, it's just people just being like, oh, I'm going to do a wacky bit too. And that just doesn't do it for me. It just feels like, you know, teens riffing and improv, but like the teacher's gone, so they're allowed to talk about dicks and farts and cum. And like that's fine, but I feel like you need a bit more than that.
No.
Oh, no. At least for me. I need substance in my movie.
Well, excuse me. Well, because at its heart, it's a really stupid, really raunchy, dumbass comedy, but it's like, it feels a little deeper than that to me, just from the nuance of all of the queer people involved with it. And it's just a big production, and it's hilarious. And so it's like, I don't know, it's almost like tongue-in-cheek, like, yeah, very stupid, easy joke, but it's funnier because we have all of this weird-ass deep shit behind it.
Yeah, it makes sense when, like, Nathan Lane is doing it, but, like, if you don't know who Nathan Lane is, they're just like, okay, who's this guy talking about these guys? Weirdo? And then I just felt like, you know, and then after they got together, and then, like, there's that big ending song. I really didn't like that. I thought that was
I thought it was funny.
I just felt like that song was, I felt like it was trying to make, like, Fox News mad. Like, that's generally, it's like, okay, there's only 2 lines to this song, and I can tell that they want to make people mad to talk about the movie. At least that's how I felt. And it just wasn't like, I don't know.
I took it as jovial queer anarchy.
No, and
which is my favorite genre.
I like that. I like queer anarchy, but this just didn't do anything for me. And I don't know.
I mean, that's okay, Ryan. I understand. It also helps that I fully expected to hate this movie because the trailers were so annoying.
Yeah, abrasive. I would describe
it. Very abrasive. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, I see.
My favorite thing though is when the movie ended. Before I said anything, Carrie just turned to me and was like, Ryan, I don't want to hear a word out of your mouth except for that was the greatest fucking movie ever made. And then I was like, I'll be quiet.
I'm so sorry. I might be a bit of an asshole sometimes. but it's true. That movie's a masterpiece. And I know Ryan very well. I've watched a lot of movies with Ryan, and I can tell when he doesn't like a movie. So
I like parts of it.
No, yeah, but we've had this experience several times where we're watching something and I'm dying laughing the entire time and you're just sitting there for most of it. I'm like, uh-oh.
It feels like that The Boys me of the guy like watching the movie trailer just like all like cold dead inside. Next to you just like, oh my fucking god.
Masterpiece. But yeah, I think this movie is hilarious, and I think even if you don't like it, it's short.
It is short.
It has that going for
it. So this film, I'm looking at an article from Deadline that said, dicks posed to take over the box office because as A24 movies, they usually have a limited release to build up the hype. Mm-hmm. Had a strong box office, but it has at a total box office of $1 million.
Oh, no.
It is,
No.
Surely Megan Thee Stallion's check was at least $1 million. I don't know. Or maybe she's really believed in it. Yeah.
I just feel like that's another thing of like, you know, you can't really market a movie right now.
I mean, I guess that's true, but also like, well, usually I think A24 movies like, I don't know. I guess I was gonna say live off their trailer, but The Beau is Afraid did not do well either.
No.
So I don't know anything about movies, but
I got some.
This is a hard one to market.
All the Dicks movies are suffering this year.
Yeah. Well, the first, hopefully not the last musical from A24.
I cannot wait to watch this movie again.
Dicks the musical.
It's such a fun time.
Tonally different as I understand, is When Evil Lurks.
This is very different.
This is a Spanish horror film. I'm not sure if it's Latin American or actually from Spain. I
believe it's Argentinian.
Argentinian, okay. Yeah. This movie's on Shudder. Had a limited release. I know nothing other than that.
It's very popular on Letterboxd. It's been like...
the director of
Terrified.
Yeah. I've seen that spooky cover art. That's it.
Yeah. I meant to rewatch that movie, but I didn't get a chance to. But yeah, this movie is basically about these 2 guys who are living in this weird kind of alternate, I don't even know if you would call it post-apocalypse. It's like a weird future where people are possessed, but it spreads like a disease. So it's kind of like almost a zombie-ish movie.
That's the devil?
But it's people getting infected with being sickness with demons and yada yada, and there is this one infected who is going to give birth to evil, and they have to try and figure out how to stop that. But yeah, it's basically our main guy going from horrible thing to horrible thing, and everything's going wrong, and everyone is miserable. It's very brutal, and it's a movie that I really enjoyed, and I thought it was very unique in its ideas and its brutality.
I didn't like appreciate it as much as you, but I didn't like, it didn't drive with me much as you, but I really appreciate what it did, just because like it's so, it just kind of like hops you in. It doesn't do a whole lot of like back in the day there was
it all changed with the virus.
Yeah, exactly. There's none of that.
So you just kind of have to figure out like what exactly is going on, and sometimes that can feel a little frustrating, but especially when like I feel like some characters aren't really taking it seriously. But I do like when the demon possession, rotten stuff happens, like it just gets brutal and weird,
so gross,
and just nonsensical. Especially towards the third act, I had no idea. Maybe I was tired because it was like midnight. But I got completely lost when they got like to the school, and it's like, oh, what's going on? It's like, I don't know. Why are you asking me? When movies ask you if you know what's going on. Just tell me.
Okay. I saw reviews like from people on Letterboxd, like kind of all over the place with this movie. So I couldn't read like, is this a good movie? But yeah, it feels like
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. It's very unique.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't think the movie delivers story-wise or anything, it has, as people who watch a lot of horror, it's fun to watch something that is different. Haven't seen this before.
Okay. Yeah, haven't seen this before, and like I feel like for like a low-budget foreign film, the effects and practicality, especially that one weird guy, was very good.
He looked amazing.
He looked awful in the best ways. He looked. Yuck. I don't know if he was. I'm still not sure if he was possessed or not, but he needed to be taken out.
All right, I still have Shudder for a bit.
Very cool
I'll
stuff.
watch this. Okay, that's. I almost said Anatomy of a Fall. That's When Evil Lurks. That's on Shudder. Speaking of another thing on Shudder, but not yet actually. It's produced by Shudder, but I think it's coming out way later. Is Suitable Flesh. From Joe Lynch. What does he make? Did he do anything? No, I'm gonna look this up.
Didn't he do like an ABCs of Death or something?
I mean, who hasn't done an ABCs of Death?
Fair enough. I'm just trying to
24 guys statistically.
I clicked on his director name on Letterboxd, and I did not recognize most of his stuff.
Yeah, never mind. I don't recognize anything. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah. I think it's because the trailer gives his name a shout out, and I was like, should I know who this person is?
Joe Lynch.
So
I think the Mayhem movie was pretty popular. People liked that movie
Mayhem.
a lot of people watched that one.
Neat. So this is, we got Heather Graham, we got Barbara Crampton of Reanimator fame. Carrie's wearing a Reanimator shirt right now.
Hey, baby.
And From Beyond, I think that's what the movie's called. So this is sort of another H.P. Lovecraft. I don't know what story this is pulling from or what. I think the credits said what story it was, but I don't know. But this is an interpretation of an H.P. Lovecraft story. We got Heather Graham. She's a therapist. And then a client comes through. He's a little weird, a little different, a little crazy. And then some spooky stuff happens. And Barbara Crampton is also a doctor. And and Heather Graham's like, man, some crazy stuff's happening. Barbara Crampton is like, you're crazy. Don't worry about it.
Barbara Crampton's like a cool doctor. She's a doctor who vapes.
Who vapes a lot. But overall, this is a weird possession H.P. Lovecraft movie. So, horrors beyond your imagination. Not a lot of not a lot of weird tongues. Not a lot of that stuff,
Yeah.
It's very horny though.
Oh yes.
So you guys saw this at a mystery screening,
right?
Yeah, it was early
no context.
And mystery.
Yeah,
they were going to do like a double screening. Both mysteries, and the first one was going to be all they told us it's a movie that no one is. It's not
premiered
out yet.
at Tribeca Film Fest, and no one has seen it except the
Yes.
people who watched it at Tribeca Film Fest.
And it was Suitable Flesh, and I was like, I saw that on a list of movies once. And then afterwards, they played Reanimator, which I'd never seen
and
before.
I was like, hell yeah!
Oh, the crowd was so
That's what
excited.
I was disappointed when I saw that. I was like, fuck, I would love that. That's
It was
great.
awesome.
That's a crowd pleaser.
I
for
almost
sure.
wore a Reanimator shirt to that as well. That would have been nice.
So yeah, this I guess again both H.P. Lovecraft's sort of stories. I don't know where to start about this movie. So this movie very much is trying to go for sort of a vibe of a horror movie, something like a weird VHS that like really goes out there and is just kind of just off the wall, sort of what Reanimator was back in the day, and when it's gore and fucking craziness of a decapitated head and maybe going down on Barbara Crampton, who can say? But like that's sort of stuff. In it, Barbara Crampton again, she's in it. She produced it. So again, they're like, we're gonna try and do like a sort of like a Reanimator, sort of From Beyond sort of dealy. And for me, this movie just didn't work. I don't know. It's just. I get where you're going for, but it's just you're not hitting.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
It's fine.
It was
inoffensive.
funny. It had some fun parts, but there was just something about. I don't know if it was the way it was presented or just some of the acting. I was just like, I can't get into this one.
Yeah, I was like,
in
Heather
the same
Graham, you've
way.
been in a lot of movies, and I feel like this is your first movie. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on here.
Because like I love cheap weird movies, but sometimes they just don't gel in the right way. And
Yeah.
this just felt too cheap and too weird. Well, not too weird, but just a little too hokey for me.
It felt too much like a Shudder original film.
Yeah.
It's like this is like a template. I don't know. And then also like there's so much like raw dogging,
Fucking.
and it's like it goes on for so long, and it's like, why are we doing this so much? Like I don't get it.
I mean, it's an important thing.
Were we really padding for that time?
The sex is a big part of the whole thing here, I guess.
Do we need?
It's a horny demon.
I know it's a horny demon, but I feel like there was more sex
There's
in
a horny
this than
demon,
50
listener.
Shades. But I think
Also starring a horny demon.
exactly. But I think this movie did have some like creative stuff with it, like the car kill
Oh
kind
my
of
god,
thing.
I forgot about that.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
very
amazing.
fun, and there was some interesting like camera stuff.
I think when they let Heather Graham go off, it's fun, but most of the movie is her pretending to be like she's acting as a therapist, and I just don't buy her as this cool, calm, collected person. When she's possessed by the demon just going crazy, that's fun,
Right.
but we don't get a lot of that.
Yeah.
And even when we do have a lot, it's, I don't know. There's just something I couldn't buy into this for some reason. I'm not connecting with your character. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Her husband. I'm so sorry, sir. One of the worst acting performances I have ever seen. It's been a while. I'm trying to think. It was like, this is horrible. This is awful. But yeah, I don't know.
My favorite thing is her phone background is a picture of her husband holding a fish.
Oh, yeah.
That's so
funny.
That was so
like
funny.
this guy has never held a fish
No.
in his whole fucking life.
Like, that's the other thing. I think the thing is supposed like she's just normal and like prim and proper. Then she's like, I'm gonna cut you while I fuck you. I think that's sort of like she's just like a normal lady, and I don't know why. I just couldn't. I don't know. Mainly because I know Heather Graham in a lot of roles that she's been sexualized. I think in Austin Powers, in Hangover. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not that long. It's not bad. It's just whatever. You might like it a lot. I don't know, listener.
I think of like Shudder originals. It's probably one of the better ones, but not like a.
You see, there's a lot of good. There's an
I'd
Academy
say this
Award
is-
nominating Shudder original with La Llorona.
I think
That's
this
true.
is mid Shudder.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that comes out on Shudder.
Sure, there's
original that's just,
Prevenge
like-
or whatever the hell.
Yeah, there's just like whenever I go to Walmart, look at the movie section.
Children of the Corn, the third remake.
No. Like, whenever you go to Walmart and look at their DVD section, it's all Shudder originals now. And it's just like, what is this movie? This isn't a real movie that exists.
Skinamarink, what the fuck does that even mean?
No one knows what this means. Why won't anyone tell me?
I saw a Blu-ray of Skinamarink at Half Price Books, and I was like, maybe. And I picked it up, and it was $14. I was like, hell no.
That's totally fair.
I was like, I'm not paying over $10 for Skinamarink.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of that one.
Not as much as everyone else seems to be.
So yeah, anyways, that's Suitable Flesh. If you like... I'm sorry, I keep dogging on this movie. Okay, I love trashy, smutty horror. I love it. And none of this felt fun or sexy. It's not a sexy movie. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That didn't work on me either.
It didn't stick the landing on any of the things it was going for.
Yeah, none of it. I don't know. Anyways, that's Suitable Flesh. At some point, it'll be on Shudder, but I think I saw it in January, which is insane to me. Like, what? Okay.
We got the exclusive.
I will say, one of my favorite things is, me and Carrie both gave this movie, like, middling reviews on Letterboxd, and the director liked both of our reviews.
Yeah, Joe Lynch is on there, yeah.
And I looked at his thing, and he's liking people's reviews who gave it, like, very negative and very positive, and, like...
I like that.
That's awesome. Nice. It's good to, like, be interactive, but also, like, you know, appreciate the more negative.
I would like to think also, especially somebody who works in video games as a creative thing, where a lot of times the person's kind of just happy, like, I got to make it, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Someone paid me to do this thing, and I did it.
You got Heather Graham to do that in a movie.
And Barbara Crampton again. You got the animator lady. Like, yeah. So, it is what it is. Anyways. In very different tonally, Anatomy of a Fall. I don't know if this director has done anything noteworthy before this. I do not know. Sure. If this actress has done something and is well known as a actress somewhere else, not in North America, I don't know. But this movie is great. Anatomy of a Fall is a movie about they're both writers, I guess, but this lady's husband mysteriously falls from the attic of the house and dies. And they find the body, and they're all like, what happened? What happened? And the rest of the movie trying to figure out, did she kill her husband? Did he kill himself? The kid was there, but he doesn't know for sure what happened. And
the kid has like some partial blindness.
Yes.
So
it's a court, and it comes to a courtroom drama.
Yeah. Like the last like half of this is pretty much just courtroom stuff. And also I gotta say, France.
It's French, yeah. They're in
French, or are they in Germany? I can't remember.
No, because
it's a French movie. I know that.
It's a French movie, but I think she came from, I think, Denmark or somewhere. Okay. But German is her language, and she's in France, and they're speaking French. Okay, in that case, French lawyers. Yes, they need to get a different outfit. Like 100%. Like this is no very theatrical. This is no commentary on the movie itself. This is a commentary on French politics. Now, they really need to fix that, because like when you're dressed like that and say like weird like biphobic stuff, like I cannot take you fucking seriously. It's fascinating. It's like when people used to wear the fucking wigs. Oh yeah. And was like, guys, you don't have to wear this anymore. It's like, yeah, good boy. And then nobody told them, you don't have to wear the red cloak and the black cloak. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the whole movie. It's really much the audience trying to figure out, do you think she did it? Did she not? She has reason to. They had a rough relationship. They had a fight right before this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just she was dishonest about stuff. The kid has changed his stories a few times, enough to get to throw like the jury and you as the viewer, like, well, actually, I don't know. It's also interesting. One of my favorite parts is when they're doing like some legal stuff. They have to go to the house and like throw a dummy down from the exact angle to see how it would react. And it's like, listen, if your husband, let's say the husband committed suicide, so she knows that she didn't do it. Seeing people reenact that death at your house, that's crazy. That's actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things where like you have to.
Right, like as soon as it happens, like.
You gotta test it out. You gotta.
But also, like, as soon as the tragedy like that happens, like, well, gotta talk to the cops, gotta talk to lawyers, gotta talk to they don't really have a moment to mourn at all. Like, it's immediately like, what happened here? What the investigation?
I have to defend myself instead of grieve. Yeah, and that's a very interesting thing.
But yeah, I mean, the movie does. I think the lead actress does a great job of
great.
like, just like. Playing like I'm not really sure how to rate it or what to. If I was like, if I was a jury, I wouldn't I have no fucking clue, man. Yeah, this is great. This is definitely going to probably be in the Oscars, probably for something.
Yes. They've been a lot better with nominating, some not just American films for Best Pictures. I mean, this will definitely be in like Best Foreign Picture, for sure. But yeah, it's very good. This won the Palme d'Or, which is always a good sign as well. So yeah, very good stuff. Would highly recommend.
My only thing with this movie, and is the thing that there's an content warning for this movie. Yes. There is an adorable dog in this movie, and at a certain point, the dog gets poisoned by a little kid. Temporarily, but it really sucks to watch. It is very graphic.
The dog makes it out okay. The dog does not get hurt, but
he did not come out unscathed.
He did not. No. Yes, it's very rough.
And did not like that. But that's fine. But
that was like, oh, please don't do this. This is not
France.
Yeah. Ooh. You guys have had it too good for too long. This is the final straw.
Yeah, Anatomy of Fall. Check it out. Great use of 50 Cent.
Just remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was very weird. The dog does make it out alive.
Yes, that is a fact. That is
just
a spoiler.
Remember that.
Okay. Anatomy of Fall. Mank 2. Mank as well. Oh, no. The Killer. David Fincher, as you put in here.
I did not do that.
I did that.
That was all Carrie. I did not touch the notes this time around.
That was a Carrie original.
Him and Netflix are back for a new production that is sure to try and get an Oscar. The Killer. Starring Michael Fassbender, Tilda Swinton. Ryan, are you the only one who saw this so far?
I believe I'm the only one who's seen this so far. It's had a limited early release in October, and then it will be on
Netflix.
And
the fact that in order to be nominated for the Oscars, you have to have a theatrical release.
You gotta show it one place one time, and then you're solid.
Mank.
But this will be on Netflix, I think, in about middle of November. But basically, this has David Fincher as the killer. You never know his name. He is a professional assassin.
Are you talking about Michael Fassbender, though?
David Fincher is a killer, yes. Michael Fassbender as the killer. He is a professional assassin who specializes in killing just like 1%er type of people. And it first follows him like kind of getting ready to do like a big kill. And there's like some monologue of him like going through why, he considers himself good at the job, why people pay him as much as they do to do the job, and how he gets into the headspace before doing this. And that's very interesting. It very much felt like a first chapter, or like I think of like a graphic novel kind of thing, like internal dialogue thing. Very cool. But something goes wrong. He's someone that like that like he has thought everything through, but something goes wrong in an unexpected way, and then you kind of immediately see like.
Also, this is based off a comic book.
That makes 100% sense. But something goes wrong, and he's immediately like, oh fuck, this has never happened before in my years of doing this. So what do I do to like solve this fuck up? Mm-hmm. And it's pretty good. It's not like, I mean, it's the best David Fincher movie in 9 years, but what was before then? Mank? That doesn't count. It does not count. But it feels a lot more like a return to form, very character driven, a great Michael Fassbender performance.
Been a minute since I've seen something from him.
Yeah. My one main criticism of this is, and I think I've complained to you guys about this before, is like, there's some weird product placement in this movie. There's some McDonald's stuff, where he has some McDonald's, and that's
a problem.
That's totally fine. It doesn't feel like obvious. It just feels like he's getting food. But my problem is towards the end, there is the most bizarre Amazon Prime ad I have ever seen, because he needs something to do a kill, and he orders it on Amazon Prime. You see, like, the pop-up of, like, the Prime, Amazon Prime, and him searching the thing he needs. And then the next day he goes to one of those Prime delivery boxes and opens up the thing with his app and then takes it out. And then he opens up and it has the Prime tape. And it's like, what the hell am I seeing?
He turned to the camera and he's like, wow, that was so easy.
That was so easy and quick for
how convenient.
And it's like, first of all, this is
it's like a gun.
It's just a full gun. First off, this is a Netflix ad. This is a Netflix movie with an Amazon Prime ad. That's already
hilarious.
A little weird. But it's just so, like, you know, you think of David Fincher as, like, a Scorsese type, like, you know, cinema. I care about the truth and honesty of cinema, and having just, like, such a blatant ad is so fucking weird. Especially because, like, Netflix has the fucking... This isn't an expensive movie. Like, this isn't crazy. Why do we need an Amazon Prime ad? You have the money, Netflix. What the hell are you doing?
Funny.
Oh my god.
That's a real David Fincher move.
It is a David Fincher move. But I would recommend this movie. It is very good. Very great performance. Lots of cool style. And hopefully he never makes a movie like Mank ever again.
I recently discovered what's her name? I forget her name, but she works at Letterboxd and she's got the #1 review on Mank. I don't know if this was before she got the job at Letterboxd, but I got shot on my drive home from watching Mank, and Mank was still the worst part of my night.
I remember that. That's very funny.
Anyways, that's pretty good. Speaking of killers of the Flower Moon, baby.
So many killers this episode.
Why not peace and love? You know what I'm saying, man?
What the hell?
One love. Right?
Yeah, you talking? Is that an allusion to the Bob Marley biopic?
Or it's the Raising Cane's.
I was gonna say Raising Cane's. I could really go for some Raising. Can I Amazon Prime some Raising Cane's to George's house?
I got some great news. Don't you mean the podcast studio, Carrie?
I mean the podcast studio. That is not where George lives.
Yes, he's not living out of the podcast studio that we're renting.
Oh boy,
Maybe a bad financial move on our part, but whatever.
Killers of the Flower Moon, the next movie from Martin Scorsese, based on the book of the same name, starring Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, and oh my god, is her name not on here and I just forgot? Lily Gladstone.
I put her first, obviously.
Yeah. And Jesse Plemons.
I put her and Jesse Plemons first before Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro.
This movie
See about these murders? See, what about them?
So good.
Who's doing them?
Whoever made that, I've seen that trailer. It's one of my favorite trailers of the year. Like, so whoever made that trailer is so good. Because that was a great call. Like, we're going to have a middle where you're just going to pop up and be like, oh, shit.
I saw
the power of a character actor.
I saw a thing on the internet. There was a screen cap of like that thing. I was like, motherfuckers know when this man shows up in a movie, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
my favorite was someone posted the Dark Universe picture and it was like, can you spot the wolves in this picture?
Anyways, Killers of the Flower Moon.
I have not seen this. I'm so sorry.
Movie based on the murders that happened with the Osage tribe in Oklahoma. I don't know where to start with this. So much has been said about Marty. Marty's become sort of a internet punching bag with his, dislike of Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
Even though what he said was a completely valid and not even it wasn't even a negative thing. It's like a theme park. It's entertainment.
Right.
That's what they are. That's
not cinema.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, come on, Marty, you're a very old man. whatever. So now this sweet old man, he just loves movies, has sort of become like this fucking crotchety old guy.
TikTok.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, you see that, I was like, why do you hate this guy? He's just,
he's such a little sweetie.
Yeah.
It's also like, you look at like, I feel like the people who like complain about that had no idea who Martin Scorsese was. They're just like,
Man,
look at
Wolf
this
of Wall
old
Street.
man.
I mean, that's true.
It's like why would
your favorite movie?
Why would an 80-year-old man who made like the most popular movies of the 70s, 80s, like Avengers: Infinity War? Like, what's wrong with you if you would even yeah, that's cinema. Fucking idiot.
Anyways, so yes, as I mentioned, this is a movie chronicling the Osage murders that happened in Oklahoma. We have Leonardo DiCaprio playing the nephew of Robert De Niro, who has sort of this old-timey guy who's sort of embedded himself in the community of the Osage. He's been here for decades and decades before there was oil. And they're going to make some big trouble. If you want to make trouble, make it big, not small, as he says. And that's just, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just him making a movie. Like, he always makes a movie, but it's just fucking great, in my opinion. Like, there's just such moments in this movie. Like, Robert De Niro just knows he's doing a Robert De Niro-ass performance. Again, like he says, it's like, we're going to make trouble. Make big, not small. That time's over. The time, like, it's just, like, the most, like, he's just playing this big, over-the-top fucking evil character, and Leonardo DiCaprio is just being this, it just feels like something Marty would do. And it just works so well for me. Like, there's nothing about this movie that is a big surprise. Again, like Robert De Niro says in this movie, like, you're expecting for all this bad stuff to go away. You know that doesn't happen anymore. Or something prayer or something like that, he says. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know how this story goes. These people are gonna get fucked. They're gonna get murdered. They're gonna get away with it for a long time. They're eventually gonna get caught. But at that point, look at all the bodies and all the horrible things they've done. There's no big twist. And I think it's still so fucking riveting to me. Mm-hmm. I loved this movie so much. It's my favorite movie of the year.
Nice.
I don't know. This movie doesn't do anything new. It just does it so goddamn well. The 3 hours did not feel that long to me. I was pretty riveted the whole time. And Lily Gladstone's fantastic. Obviously, I mean, it sucks that this strike is happening right now. Not for her personally, just because she can't do interviews. She can't really relish in the moment of this movie. And we'll see where we're at. Fucking, if they'll wrap this up for the Academy Awards, but I don't fucking know.
I mean, it's Marty, so
yeah,
just saying. Marty.
But yeah, I love this movie. I think like I said, I think it's just shot beautifully. The soundtrack is so good. It's such a simple soundtrack, but everything just has so much tension. Even though I know how this shit's gonna go down, I was just riveted on the edge of my seat the whole time. But yeah, I don't know. Carrie, what'd you think?
I liked it a lot too. I don't think I liked it as passionately as you did, but it's one of those movies where as I'm watching it, there's, like you said, there's nothing that's out of place, or there's nothing that feels badly done. It's just powerhouse on top of powerhouse, and all the powerhouses are coming together and make this insane movie. And Lily Gladstone is by far my favorite part of it. I think all the trailers that are like, she has the heart of the movie, I completely agree. Her emotional scenes are just like really hit me a lot, and just the way that she's able to deliver everything that she does in this movie, she's just so captivating, and she's amazing. And Leonardo DiCaprio is just playing kind of a goofus, and that's also funny, but it's like a sinister goofus.
Just a pathetic.
Very pathetic. That's the word. He's pathetic as hell, and it's awesome.
Yeah, just a fucking piece of shit in the back of your boot. Just worm. Yeah.
Well, now you're selling it to me.
Right, yeah. And of the two atrocities of humankind movies that are very long that I've watched this year, this one's definitely better for me. The other one being Oppenheimer.
Oh, right. Yeah, I 100% agree. I enjoyed this a lot more than Oppenheimer. And it's much more of there's less, again, there's not that many weaving relationships or timelines. It's all very well done. The story is very understandable. Marty's not reinventing the wheel here. It's just really well done. Actually, no, I won't spoil the ending. The ending's I was like, this fucking guy right here, baby. This guy. I'm trying to think of what else what other nice things I can say about this movie. So I think a lot's been said, and I mean, it was hard for hey, Martin, you got the responsibility of telling this horrible tragedy that's happened to these people. Good luck, buddy. And in the perspective he went with was hey, Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of our main character, but so is Lily Gladstone. But it comes across as sympathetic to Leonardo DiCaprio's character, but I think it's more the fact that it's clear that Lily Gladstone's character and the character that she played in this movie actually a part of her actually loved the character, Leonardo DiCaprio's, and so that's why it hurts so much, and that's why. For some reason, again, we the audience know all the bad shit this guy's doing. Mm-hmm. She doesn't, and she wants to hope that no, this is not him. But even though I think she knows, but she doesn't want to believe it. Mm-hmm. And it's just I think all that stuff is done so well. I don't know. Colors of the Flower Moon, pretty good movie.
Good stuff.
Check it out. Marty still got it. I don't know how much more movies he's got in him. I'll tell you what. I almost want to watch The Irishman, but instead I'll watch Mean Streets or After Hours.
I liked The Irishman, but I owe it a rewatch. But
maybe I'll watch Silence.
There we go. I've heard that movie's
Shutter Island.
Good. I don't think I've seen. I think I've only seen The Irishman and Killers of the Flower Moon. Have I seen any of his other movies?
You haven't seen Shutter Island?
Mm-mm. I do not like Shutter Island.
I remember that was very mixed when it came out.
I know what the bit is, so I don't know.
I don't know what the bit is.
I think knowing the bit, I think that might be one of those movies where knowing the bit might, before you go into it, might
be a benefit.
It might be because there's people. I don't know. It kind of depends on people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of these. I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street.
I've seen Hugo. We saw Hugo.
Oh yeah, that's true. We talked about
you remember Hugo?
I forgot about Hugo. I haven't seen The Departed. So Hugo and Killers of the Flower Moon and The Irishman. That's my Scorsese.
I want to buy the Criterion and Mean Streets and After Hours. They're in this Criterion sale. We'll see how this goes. Anyways, ricocheting and cinematic quality.
Another powerhouse film.
Another cinema film.
Titans of the industry.
Originality, telling stories, and bringing them to life through the power of motion picture. Five Nights at Freddy's. It's got Matthew Lillard in it. I learned.
So true.
Joshua Hutcherson.
That's so true.
He's making bread, I think, in that movie.
His name's Peter. Peter. Peter?
He's trying to make bread in this movie because he gets fired from his job. And so he's like, I gotta make more bread so my sister doesn't get taken away.
I don't even know where to start. Ryan, you take this away. I don't know.
So, So here's the thing. This movie is nothing for anyone who isn't already obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's
lore and such,
but specifically the lore.
Yeah.
And back in the day when those games first started being popular, I liked watching Let's Players play them. It was entertaining enough. It killed time in between classes at school. But then the games kept coming out and the lore got nonsensical, and I'm I just don't care anymore because these are all the same thing, and these YouTubers, all they do is play Five Nights at Freddy's games or games that are like this, and that's nothing to me. So then I fell off, and then I watched this with my roommate who had the same experience as me, and it's just nothing. There's nothing to this. It's just intertextuality of just internet, influencers and catchphrases and just lore that it expects you to know already going into it. So then when you watch it, it's just oh, and it's me, the killer from the third game, and you're yes, it's the killer from the third game, and it's who gives a shit?
Nothing led to this. Nothing is here. There's nothing to like. A film needs to like work on its own and can't be reliant on not even like 9 years of games, but 9 years of games and like an entire subculture of the internet that formed around them.
You're telling me Martin Scorsese would not like Five Nights at Freddy's?
He would fucking blow his brains out if someone even tried to explain to him what the Bite of 87 was. And like, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. These animatronics were made by the Jim Henson Workshop, and they look horrible.
Really? That's sad.
I know they look horrible because they care so much about making them look like the original game. But then they just look then they look like 3D models that are just walking around, and that's not scary. What would have been scary would have been like if they had like fur and matting, as if like they were
adaptation.
As if it was an adaptation. Like Willy's Wonderland is such a better movie in every single way.
Hell yeah.
Because, like, this isn't even, like, a horror movie. Like, there's nothing scary. Like, a lady gets bitten in half. That's kind of funny.
That's awesome.
But, like, there's nothing scary about it. There's no sense of dread that builds up because it's always trying to be, like, weirdly hopeful and, like, funny and silly. But, like, it's not that. It's, like, these haunted dolls and, like, a child predator and Josh Hutcherson's character's like, you know what my main motivation is? I don't like people who kidnap kids. I know. Lock me up. I'm crazy, but I don't like that. That's not my thing. So he's a fucking psychopath who's like, I gotta kill child predators. Everyone wants to kill child predators, except for other child predators.
That's true.
It just blows my mind how that's his only established characteristic.
You would buy one of those fucking Sound of Freedom shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Against child slavery.
What the? I hope so. And then, like, he spends 2 nights at fucking Freddy's and nothing fucking happens.
2 nights at Freddy's.
Nothing happens until the 3rd night. He's like, oh, I think there might be something wrong. And then the 4th night, they all build a fucking pillow for it and do a fucking rom-com. Like laying us sort of like, oh my god, we're having so much fun. Me and my girlfriend I've known for 2 days, my sister, and all these robots who we know at this point have dead bodies stuffed into them. What is going on? Who is this for? I know who this is for because I've seen so many things online of people cheering. People cheered at the Matt Pat cameo.
I wanted to shoot myself.
I did shoot myself. I had to physically pause the thing because I was so mad I had to leave. He said his goddamn catchphrase. They did such an awful workaround to make him say his goddamn catchphrase. What the hell is going on here? People are all like, we did it. We brought this life. You've done nothing. You've made something horrible. You've made a monstrosity that doesn't make sense on its own. It's nothing. The fucking cupcake did more than the other animatronics. It's a fucking cupcake. Is the cupcake possessed by its own spirit of a child?
I don't know.
Is it half of the other child? I don't know. No one knows. No one is explaining these things.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Carrie went to the ghost movie.
Oh my god.
I thought it was alright. I don't know. I think that I like that he's a bear and he's got a little hat. I thought it was weird how much of the movie was Josh Hutcherson being like, I'm trying to tap into my dream memories. And I'm like, is that what the games are about?
I don't think so.
What is this?
It's also like, that's not how dreams work or how memories work.
See, you didn't read that little stinky book he was carting around. That's what his little book
No!
is about. His little book is about how everything you've ever seen ever is in your brain. You just gotta dream about it every day.
All science disagrees with that.
Excuse me. Did you not see the book, Ryan? He had it with him all the time.
How do you feel about that really weird Nebraska shout out?
I hated it.
So what confused? So George, in this movie, Josh Hutcherson has a poster that says "Visit."
Pining for a good time, visit Nebraska. Or
Now-
pining for fun.
Yeah. So people don't know we're Nebraska natives. We have resided.
Can't wait for the holdovers.
We have
Oh, hell
resided.
yeah,
we have resided here our whole lives. I can't think of a if I had to make a list of like things that are in Nebraska,
Pine trees.
and pine trees is nowhere near anything. If like looking for a wide open field, Nebraska.
Well, you know, Ryan, we do have the Arbor Day Lodge over in Nebraska City. Do you not know about that?
No, I know that there are pine trees here, but like
But that's mostly apple trees.
Yeah, it's apple trees, yeah.
But like, we have it here. It's like, yeah, there's also snow in some parts of California. That doesn't, you would be like, visit the snowy mountains of California. That's not what you're known for. Why is there a motivational poster?
I said in my review that I wished I could submit a community note that would pop up when that poster came up on Peacock. It's like, no. Don't come to Nebraska if you're pining for a good time.
Jesus Christ.
Carrie, this director also made a movie called The Wind, which you saw at one
Oh
point.
yeah, that movie was boring as hell.
Yeah. So that's great.
But yeah, this movie was very clearly made for babies.
Yeah.
So when I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, a baby would like this. I don't know. It's not necessarily for me, but
What like pisses me off is like what made like that first game like interesting is because like for one, like the lore was very like, you know, to the side. That wasn't the point of it, but it was just like, oh, there's these creepy animatronics and they're probably haunted. And that's such a fucking easy concept to make a movie about. Fucking. Oh, come on, George.
Sorry.
I'm in
I
the
was
middle.
playing a trailer for The Wizard's Return. Alex versus Alex.
Oh, why were you? Why?
George is getting a little bored.
Okay. So this director
made Wizards Return Alex versus Alex.
This director is working on a movie called Dollhouse, which is like a Black Swan but with fashion, and that is being produced by Selena Gomez. And then I clicked on Selena Gomez, and then that's what it's like.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Anyways, can we move on from Five Nights at Freddy's?
That's fine.
No,
All I gotta say
I
is
gotta talk about the poster more.
all I gotta say is a movie about haunted animatronics in a weird Chuck E. Cheese is the easiest thing to make, and I can't believe they messed it up. Also, side note, Carrie, I just remembered about. So they're in this small town, all right? And this horrible tragedy happened like 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows about it. People go to this, they're like, whoa, what's this place? It happened 13 years ago. How do you not know about that?
Right?
What the hell?
This is Haddonfield.
I was thinking
This is Haddonfield.
Haddonfield, they're bitching about it every other goddamn day.
Yes, and that was 4 adults. This was 6 children who died in a Chuck E. Cheese. You wouldn't never forget about that? If this happened anywhere else, they would have torn that place down. I understand why in the context of the movie they didn't. But how do you not know? How do you walk into this place like, let's trash this place because we hate that guy who hates child predators? I guess. And then it was like, what's with all these animatronics? Blah, 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 blah. What the hell? How do you not know? It makes no sense. Oh my god. I have a headache.
Anyway.
Goddamn movie.
Good luck to Josh Hutcherson. I hope you continue to get work, buddy.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. That's all the movies of October. What a time. Five Nights at Freddy's sweeping the nation at the box office.
Yeah.
It is very interesting how much money it's made. Maybe it's because nobody has Peacock as opposed
I do.
There you go. Anyways, but we still have time, even though Ryan took up all of it talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. October is usually a time where, you know, we make a list of horror movies we want to knock out that we haven't gotten around to, and we finally find the time to watch it. And any horror movies you don't watch, it's like, fuck it, I'll wait another year to watch them. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some movies that we saw in our backlogs for Spooky that were like, that's something, and we want to share with you. The movie I had when this idea was brought to attention was a movie called P2 that I wrote down here. P2, a movie came out in 2007. It is a horror movie about being stuck in a parking garage with a stalker.
Ooh.
I don't know why this movie did nothing when it came out. I remember seeing the trailers like, that's a great concept, because I'm always creeped out when I go in a big parking garage and it's the middle of the night and I have to go in there. It's very terrifying, and if I was a woman, I'd find it horrifying. So yeah, that's the setup for this movie. It's Christmas, so she's the last person to get out of the office because she's stayed late. And then the car doesn't start, and this guy's a little weird. The guy from the Hunger Games with the weird mustache. Yes, Bentley.
That's Seneca Crane, baby.
He's a little weird. Yeah, and I thought it doesn't break new ground, but I think for its setup, I think it delivers on the setup of like, what if this happened? It works for me. I produced and written by Alexandra Aja, who would go on to do Piranha and Crawl.
And did he do Mirrors as well?
That sounds the one with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah,
that sounds like a bad movie.
That movie was not great,
okay,
but also kind of awesome.
Right.
It was like very stupid, but some of the like gore setups, I was like, whoa. So yeah, watch the unrated version of Mirrors.
But yeah, and then I saw this movie on a whim. I was looking at the free movie channels on my TV, and I was like, fuck it, I have an hour and a half before going to bed, and I clicked on it, and then I got my first ad, and I was like, I can't do this, because it's like, there's no like black screen ad, just seamless, just immediate. I was like, nope.
That's my favorite about those free channels is they don't care.
No,
just like in the middle of this thing.
There you go. And so then I went to Daily Motion, and I found somebody who uploaded the whole movie, and I watched it there. But yeah, P2, check it out. It seems like
that sounds cool. Yeah, I had never heard of that when I saw it on the notes.
Yeah, it was a Summit release. I don't know if it was pre-Twilight or right after Twilight, but yeah, I was shocked. The movie did nothing, made like a few $1 million. Nobody remembers it or anything. Like, it's getting a Blu-ray release in France this year.
Hey.
A limited Blu-ray release. Otherwise, it's only on DVD or stream. So there you go.
I'm in.
Check it out. Carrie, what'd you got here?
I put Cure, a movie that I had always meant to watch. I did not. They showed it at the Alamo semi-recently. They showed it for their, I think it was for their horror selections for October, but I didn't get the chance to go. But it is a Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie, and it is about this detective, and there are the series of killings that seem to be not related, but then we come to find out that everyone who has murdered someone was having a conversation with this one guy beforehand, and we see this guy, and he seems to have like some really odd super short-term memory loss, and he doesn't know who he is, yada yada. And our main character, his wife, is struggling with some mental problems. She has some schizophrenia, so it's just about him balancing his trying to figure out this case with his tumultuous home life and this unknown third party who is somehow related to all these murders. And it's just this director also did Pulse, which I also watched this year, but it's a very, I don't know if I want to call
Sweet Home. I didn't know he did Sweet Home.
I don't
Okay.
know what that is.
Sweet Home was if you're a video game nerd, it's a horror movie that came out in '89, and the guy who made Resident Evil eventually made like an NES like video game of it, and essentially like a precursor to Resident Evil.
Oh,
Very weird.
Interesting.
Anyways.
But yeah, it's a very I don't know how to put it. It's like subtle in a way where it's just unnerving and very creepy and very you get drawn into the film, and it doesn't like try and scare you. I don't even know if it technically counts as a horror movie, but it's just super unnerving, and the sound use, we're big sound heads here sometimes, and the sounds in this movie are top notch. Just because it has a lot to do with hypnotism and some really, really insanely good sound design and great long take scenes that end up with something horrible happening, and great time. What a great film.
Ryan, you saw this during a COVID break.
I have seen this movie. It's been a while, and I want to rewatch it. Now it's had a Criterion release
That's
recently.
How I watched it, baby.
And I want to acquire this Blu-ray at some point to rewatch it.
I should have brought it. I could have lent it out. I
Well,
didn't think about it. Too late now.
I know. We'll never see each other again.
Yeah.
This is it. After you tore apart my favorite movie, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, no.
And Dix the Musical.
FNAF.
Dix was a much more respectful bull.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, but Five Nights at Freddy's, if you like that movie, I hate you.
Real quick, listener. So again, this is always lore. We always have a TV on. It's playing movie trailers. A movie trailer for The Sixth Day played, which is a movie that has haunted my brain since I was a child.
I don't even know what
And a
that
movie
is.
I've been meaning to watch again because I'm like, I don't remember it. It's a movie where it's a late Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. This is Mission Impossible 2 now. But where...
Well, we know that.
It's a sci-fi movie where like there's clones and Arnold Schwarzenegger realizes his life has been stolen by a clone. There's a lady that got blue hair. I don't know. It's like there's a weird point of sci-fi in the late 90s and the 2000s again, which I've mentioned before. Like we don't know what the 2000s are going to be.
Yeah, this came out in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Oh,
2000. So that's what I've been wanting me to rewatch it because I remember
Really
thinking it's wild as a child. Maybe because I was a child, though. Anyways, Sixth Day, not for that. Not the movie Ryan saw. Ryan, why? We're supposed to put good movies on here, Ryan.
So,
Ryan is just so filled with piss and vinegar and anger that he can't like movies anymore.
I watched quite a lot of stuff. I make a spooky list every year, and I watch as much. And there wasn't a lot that really like got me passionate this year. I think the one that on my list I liked the most was Symphony for Mr. Vengeance.
Oh no, that's a slapper.
Which was very good. But then like nothing else really inspired me. But I just wanted to shortly talk about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which I watched out of morbid curiosity. Which, if you don't know, is the now legal, because it's now public domain, Winnie the Pooh reimagined as a horror movie. And I read that people were like, this is not a good movie. And it's like, well, I'm still curious.
I'll be the judge of that.
And yeah, this is a bad movie. This is just dreadful. It's Christopher Robin. You know, he's friends with these, little animals. But when he goes off to college, he, leaves them. And instead of them being all like, oh, thank you, Christopher, for all the good times, they go crazy and they eat Eeyore.
Oh no! See, I don't want to watch this. It'll just make me sad. And also, I thought Christopher Robin went to the war.
It doesn't matter. It's a modern retelling. What would he done to Iraq?
Oh right, I forgot. We're talking about Christopher Robin, the live action film.
I don't know, Ryan.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Christopher Robin goes to Iraq before. He's very funny though. But he returns years later with his wife. He's like, these were my best friends growing up, and they're just like men.
I know. I was like, why are they men?
They're just men in masks. And they just kill, and they kill Christopher Robin and his wife, and then it cuts to these 5 hot chicks staying out of the Airbnb that's right outside the 100-acre woods, which you'd think it'd get bad reviews considering that there's 2 homicidal, because it's just Piglet and
I'm gonna look this up.
Because it's just Piglet and Winnie in this movie. But Whitney. Sorry, my voice.
No, no one ever calls him Winnie. They just call him Pooh or Pooh.
No, he's Winnie. His name's Winnie. His name's Winnie the Pooh.
I know. I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
But 5 hot chicks, Airbnb. You'd think it'd have worse reviews considering that there's 2 homicidal monsters outside. And it's just them staying there and they get killed a lot. And also, Winnie has the power to control bees.
Of course he does.
He has the power to... There's 2 times where it's unexplained. Someone's right away and he summons a swarm of bees that attacks them. And I'm just like, listen, I haven't really watched a lot of Winnie the Pooh since I was very young. But I feel like I would have remembered if that was an established piece of his lore. If he could summon and control bees.
How do you think he eats all that honey without getting stung?
I don't know, Carrie. I'm so tired. I don't know why he does these things. But it's not good. But it has a sequel, and the director said he wants to make a shared universe with a weird Bambi spinoff.
What the hell?
And I'm just like, no one this wasn't good. People, no, why? But yeah, wouldn't recommend. It is on Peacock though.
I was gonna say I heard that it's streaming somewhere now.
Yeah, Peacock.
I gotta get to Peacock for all my scary bear movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's what we recommend and had a good time watching in October. I don't know.
Listen, if you have morbid curiosity like me, I would not touch Winnie the Pooh.
This wouldn't have happened if you had watched Serial Mom, because you'd have been like, now that's a mess.
I did want to watch Serial Mom, but now I have to wait till next year.
No.
Carrie, you have to either force me or it's happening next year.
And watch this.
Oh, I'm so sorry you have to watch Serial Mom again.
I watched this lady get ran over in this clip from Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey.
Yeah, she does get ran over.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, November. The year's almost over, folks. November we're gonna get. I was gonna say it's usually when we get a lot of the Academy Award sort of things. Well, I don't know about that. But Priscilla, Sofia Coppola's next movie comes out. Based on the life of Priscilla Presley. It's like Elvis, but not about Elvis. It's
Elvis
Priscilla.
2.
Elvis 2.
Priscilla.
Yeah, that's out there. The Marvels, baby. I can't wait till Ryan regales us with the story of...
Ryan yells at us about the Marvels.
I was thinking about this because I looked at some screenings, and there's some 3D screenings.
No.
And I'm just like, if I want to really avoid seeing this movie with other people, I might see this in 3D. So I'll let you know how that goes.
Well, good luck, Brian.
There are no 3D screenings in Alamo, though, so good luck with that.
There are.
Are there?
Yeah.
No.
I saw them.
Yeah, he's right. They're right. You are right. There is nobody in these 3D screenings right now.
Exactly.
At all.
I don't think there's anybody at any of the screens.
Well, Jerry, the thing is, I want to avoid people.
There are 2 people at a 7 p.m.
That's probably
in the corner.
that's probably my boss and her husband.
Again, not the expectations at Marvel at this point, and
I think the main problem is
nobody wanted to make this. Also, it seems like maybe Brie Larson, but
yeah,
there was good intentions, but after a while,
I think they just they churned out too much and people got sick of it, and also a lot of stuff they churned out wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
Nina Costa, though, people like. I didn't like the Candyman, but it was fine. It was alright.
I think.
Yeah, you liked it. Yeah,
I think.
I thought it was
as
alright.
like a director, she did very well in that. I just think it. Let's see. I'll see it in 3D.
Great
For the fans.
It's a Wonderful Knife.
Woo!
I don't know what this is.
I think it's a Shudder.
Oh, it's like a
remember what
Christmas
this
thing
was.
that it's a knife.
Hold on. I put it on there and I was like, I'm gonna refresh myself because I watched the trailer with my friend, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
I don't see the Shudder logo. I
Let's
think it's just
see.
coming out.
It's somewhere. After saving her town from a psychotic killer, Winnie Carruthers' life is less than wonderful. When she wishes she'd never been born, she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where without her, things could be much, much worse. So, it's a wonderful life,
but
but
there's a
a
killer.
slasher.
Oh, okay.
Unrelated to that, but movies. I saw Black Christmas last night.
Oh.
The original Black Christmas. And
It's a
now I'm
fun
realizing
movie.
that it's coming out on Alamo in December, and I could have just waited.
Fun.
Good movie! Turns out.
I'm going to see that they're doing a Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 and Part 2
Mm.
double feature.
Garbage Day.
Exactly.
And things of that nature.
I've never seen the first one but from my understanding, the second movie, the first 40-ish minutes are just clips from the
first
movie,
one.
so it's gonna be so funny to watch a double feature of those two. I'm excited.
I'm still undecided if I kind of want to join you for that.
It's gonna be hilarious. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. I watched that for the first time earlier this year, and I'm like, now that's a fucking masterpiece right there.
You watched that first time earlier this year?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you more questions.
Well, I'm sorry that I don't just watch trash and then yell about it on the internet.
No,
Right?
it's just like it's a Christmas movie, and you're like earlier this year.
Yeah.
It's like Easter.
Time isn't real, Ryan. I
Listen,
don't care.
I'm the one who knows that more
Cinema
than anyone.
is real, Ryan.
Listen.
Cinema will outlive us all.
Oh no.
Speaking of seasonal holiday think movies, Thanksgiving.
Woo.
Eli Roth, baby.
You'd think you'd call it Thanksgiving.
I think the original was the one in the trailer was called Thanksgiving. So
So.
this is paying off on a very, very old bit. In the Grindhouse movie, the one with Robert Rodríguez and Quentin Tarantino double feature, there are some fake trailers in the middle of those movies for Machete and a movie called Don't and Thanksgiving. And I guess Eli Roth, after all those years, no one, like, it is a long time ago. They've made 2 Machete movies. That's how long it's been. They're finally making the actual Thanksgiving-themed horror movie about a town somewhere on the Upper East Coast. They celebrate Thanksgiving. It's like, oh, we were like, like one of the first people. Thanksgiving's a big deal here because of pilgrims probably came. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Point being, I don't like Eli Roth. And I think at some point someone proved that Eli Roth is kind of a piece of shit. I don't remember. But I'll watch this because why the fuck not?
Hell yeah.
And
I agree.
And it's been such a long bit. I want to see.
I probably won't be busy that day, so.
Will he reproduce have you seen the trailer for Thanksgiving, the original? Okay, great. I'm very curious if there's a specific death scene that is very Eli Roth that is in that.
You're talking about the cheerleader?
Yeah, I'm talking about the cheerleader.
It's in the trailer.
Oh, is it? I didn't see.
So.
I didn't see a red band, so maybe that's why.
Well, there is a cheerleader on a trampoline, so I assume that's gonna be that.
Oh, great, Eli Roth. Keep at it. Keep on doing what you're doing. Anyways, yeah, I'll watch that shit. Anyways, I will now be watching this shit: The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
You know what, Ryan? I take it back. I do watch garbage about it on the internet.
Wait, are you gonna actually watch this?
I have to.
Oh man,
I have to know. So I get where Ryan's coming from a little bit, but this is from like a deep-seated. Hunger Games was my favorite thing for such a long time, and now they're gonna just shit all over it. But everyone seems to love it, so I'm like, oh no. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want to be that person. Be like, no, it's good, but you're all wrong.
It has Hunter Schafer somehow.
I mean, yeah, she's cool.
I haven't seen her in the promotional. I just saw it on Letterboxd, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, she's playing Tigress, obviously.
Oh my god, she's like Tigress? Okay, great.
Who is this?
She's a fucking tiger lady. You remember the last Hunger Games movie?
So you remember when they're hiding?
Yeah, and she just shows up,
and they're like, we can hide here, and they go into this like fashion house bunker, and they go down, and there's a lady who's got all these super mods on her skin and her face to make her look like a tiger.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you know that character who's in that one scene of that movie. You remember that?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Hunter Schafer.
Well, it's not Hunter Schafer in that movie, but in this movie it is. But when you read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, it's revealed that character is President Snow's cousin.
Who cares?
Not me, but yeah, so it's very funny. But I just remember showing Greg those movies, and Tigress walks in, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "That's Tigress. She looks like a cat." And he's like, "What? Why?" I'm like, it's the capital. They're all weird.
I watched these with you, and I have there is nothing.
I remember this very
here.
well.
There is nothing there.
She's a very minor character in the. Well, I mean. Whatever, but see, it's just very funny that she's it's very prequel-y of them to be like, no, actually, she's a very important character, and she's in this movie now.
Voldemort's snake was actually this woman this whole time.
Oh,
and it's like, who gives a shit?
That was so stupid.
Why would anyone care?
No.
Who cares? Why do people do this with prequels? That character that was nothing. Turns out they were my dad.
Trying to think of a good
what?
prequel.
Good prequel.
Pearl.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that for Kiernan, Pearl.
And
I don't like that movie, so I don't like that movie.
You just gotta relax.
I respect it, but I don't like it.
Whoa, calm down. Whoa. Anyways.
But yeah, so this movie is
I'm fascinated to see the
my
box
enemy.
office. I'm excited to see the box office because I have no idea.
I'm fascinated they got a SAG interim deal on this.
Yeah, I got a SAG interim deal to promote this movie.
That's crazy.
And it's weird to me, like, are any of these people that famous? I don't know nobody here. I don't know.
I mean, Viola Davis and Peter Dinklage, but
oh my god, yeah, Viola Davis is in this.
But of like our main,
this is like when Kate Winslet was in this Divergent movie.
Those stink kick-ass
Yeah.
movies.
She was in those.
I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, yikes.
Anyways, Trolls, band together. Trolls. Is Trolls fucking huge?
Yes.
Like, it is.
So. I think
Okay.
kids love
From
Trolls.
all the marketing tie-ins and shit I'm like, this movie's huge, I think. I have the vibe that this movie is huge. And I guess, was it like, because World Tour came out right at the start of the pandemic.
Yes.
And it was like, that's the movie that everybody saw or something? What happened?
I think, I remember I watched that movie because Greg really wanted to watch it. And so I fucking $20 rented it for his birthday. I was like, this movie is not very good, but he liked it and he's excited for the next one. So very popular with children and Greg. But yeah, I think people really like those movies, so...
I'm gonna look up the box office for Trolls. We got Justin Timberlake, baby.
I really hate Justin Timberlake.
Just in general?
Yes.
I didn't like him much. I didn't have a reason to not like him, and then, this Britney Spears stuff came out. I was like, yeah, that's not great. Anyways, Trolls 1. How much did Trolls 1 made $346 million. So yeah, it must have been that it did crazy once it went digital. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Trolls, check them out. Next Goal Wins. Is this the Taika Waititi movie?
Yes.
With Michael Fassbender, the killer himself.
Oh no, guys, look out!
Yeah, it looks funny. He's got a soccer team that never fucking wins, and Michael Fassbender's a coach who's not very good at his job, and then they're going to take him off his license or some shit. I don't know. Unless you can turn this team, it's Bad News Bears.
Yeah, some sports movie nonsense.
It's some sports movie nonsense with Taika Waititi and Michael Fassbender. Yeah, I want to watch this.
Could be okay, could be bad.
Yeah.
Could be okay, could be bad. I've seen Thor: Love and Thunder. It's not good.
A horrible movie.
Yeah.
I like how we all loved his movies before, but then one movie is like, I don't like it.
It was really because it was very cringe. That's
it was,
problem.
yes, and I agree. It's just weird how one movie can just
baby
sour everything.
Well, again, problem when you make
big mank energy, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Problem when you make the movie your whole personality and how good. I mean, the last one was very good. So he should gloat about that one. The Ragnarok was very good, but still. Anyways. Wish! Does anyone know anything about Disney and Pixar's Wish apart from the title?
I don't think
Wish?
It's a Pixar movie.
Is it just Disney animation?
I think it's Disney animation.
Does anyone know about the Disney animation movie Wish? Another Disney animation movie that is set out to die.
I think if this is what I'm thinking of, this is it's their 100th year, and they said that for their 100th year they wanted to make a movie about the star from the Disney logo. That's
what it looks like. It looks like this feels like a big deal.
Yeah.
But they're not treating it like it. Marketing wise.
They've never they don't market.
They don't do that anymore.
Don't market because their movies come out, they don't make any
Carrie
money.
seems distressed.
The star?
Yes, the star from the Disney logo.
Okay.
Yes, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's like they came up with this idea after the writers left to strike.
Are we gonna get a movie about the little Pixar lamp too?
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, somebody somewhere in the world was like, what if we just did Fantasia again? Well, we did Fantasia 2000 and that sucked. Nobody liked it. So, no, we're fired. Get out of here. We're doing a movie about the star.
And it's like, but what's it going to be about? The star! Start drawing, idiot!
Sounds like the Emoji Movie.
I also remember reading that they originally wanted this to be turned to 2D animation.
And then they gave up.
And then they said it was too hard. Can you fucking believe that?
I mean, I believe that they didn't.
Yeah,
I believe it's hard to draw, yes, but if you're trying to celebrate something, at least care.
Yeah.
You know,
that's very difficult.
I do believe that they didn't care enough.
That's very difficult.
Oh, that's crazy.
Original vision.
So yeah, that's the vibe I got from just the poster. I mean, the poster doing a job was like, this feels like it's a big deal, but I know nothing about it. So
no one's gonna see it until it comes on Disney Plus, and then
But
you'll go on TikTok and there'll be 1,000 kids dancing to
this streaming
a song, and you'll be like, "What's happening?"
But does that result in money? No. This streaming business seems like
it was a big mistake.
Bad idea.
It's great. Then now they're all reverting to showing ads. Like between stuff, so we're just going back
It's
to
TV.
television.
Yeah, it's like, yep.
Yup.
Isn't that awesome?
Great.
Nope.
Oh no.
Saltburn, Emerald Fennels. Saltburn, starring Barry Keoghan and apparently
Big time superstar.
big time superstar. I forgot his name already.
Big man.
Big
Tall
dingus.
guy.
Jacob
Jacob Elordi.
There it is.
Lordy, I hardly know we.
I mean, I'll watch this. I have no idea how to read this movie because the first trailer, the tone was more coming of age, and the second trailer was more thriller, sexy thriller.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Rosamund Pike, what are you doing
Yeah,
here?
Carey Mulligan's back. I don't know.
Wait, Carey Mulligan's in that?
Mhm.
Oh.
She has one shot in the newer trailer.
Oh.
She's the lady with the big red hair.
Oh, well.
She's like, oh, how dreadful, or something like
No.
that.
That's her
That's her line. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see this. I still love Promising Young Woman, so I have faith in this director. No matter how much the internet tells me I shouldn't.
What was I gonna say?
You're gonna say how much you were excited for the next movie on the list.
No, I was gonna say that I think it's interesting that whatever. Good luck to Emerald.
This isn't what I would
fact
think
that
she would make after.
Well, yeah, and that's what she put the director like. Bam, it's
Yeah.
me. Good luck to you. I wouldn't have done that for my sophomore movie because I was like, that's a lot of pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
But
especially with like the way the trailers, where it's like it slowly spells out her name.
Yeah.
So,
I do like the style of the trailers. I do vibe with them, so we'll see. See what happens.
what's Rosamund Pike doing there? I don't know. I'm excited to
know.
find out. I'm very confused. Then that's why I'm gonna take it. Oh, fuck my life. Napoleon, Ridley Scott. All the salt and piss and...
first to admit it when I make a mistake.
I
simply never do.
I never do.
What do you mean?
All the piss and vinegar people give Martin Scorsese should be directed towards Ridley Scott.
I mean, honestly.
Oh yeah.
And that's not that I hate.
This fucking guy.
He's just the most annoying, and his track record is not.
At least like recent. Like he made Blade Runner and Alien, and I like those movies a lot.
Yes, he made very good movies, but he also made Exodus, and he also
That's
made
true.
The House of Gucci.
Oh!
So, you know,
I forgot about that.
how did you possibly forget when we are?
I forgot that it was a Ridley Scott.
Oh,
film,
yes,
I should
it was
say.
a-
I remember House of Gucci.
We are
very
on
well.
He made House of Gucci and The Last Duel in the same year.
That's crazy.
Hardest working man in Hollywood.
I guess.
Some people
I'm not
say
afraid
it's
to say
still
it.
not hard enough. He needs to work hard.
I also sometimes confused him with Michael Mann,
Oh.
director of Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number one. Oh my god, I can't fucking wait. Holy shit.
I'm so excited
Holy
for how
shit,
excited
dude.
George is for
Holy
Ferrari.
shit. Anyways, I will not be watching Napoleon. Do not talk to me about Napoleon. Even though I have to talk about it in this podcast. Nobody here watches Napoleon.
60-year-old white men rise up and then
What?
sit down in your seat because it hurts to stand up.
He's not
too
even
tall.
that impressive when you look back on his accomplishments. Like in the grand scheme of accomplishments, at the time, sure. He's not like Alexander
You
the
made
Great.
Prometheus.
No, not Ridley Scott. I'm talking about Napoleon.
Oh, okay. I thought you was really in Ridley Scott.
No, I'm talking about...
No, that is fair about Napoleon. It's just like who is he? I don't care enough.
He's small.
That's the only thing I know is memes of him being small. But like, was he?
I know the song.
Or was it just everyone was
I
smaller
know the
back
song
then?
Waterloo by ABBA. These are my Napoleon facts.
He's French.
That's true.
I don't care.
Anyways, I don't want to watch that. He made Thelma and Louise, not Napoleon, Ridley Scott. Dream Scenario. Dream Scenario, 84, Nicolas Cage. I am excited for this movie. I would like to not watch this trailer anymore, please.
I would like a second trailer to be released.
Yes,
I
please.
am happy to keep watching.
Okay,
this trailer.
well,
No, I like
I'm
this
a I'm
trailer.
a trailer ass bitch though.
I like
so-
trailers too. I'm over this trailer. Give me another one.
I
We
think
have
that's
gotten
fair.
it every single time.
Yeah,
we go to
exactly.
the theater.
There are a few trailers you show to me every single time I'm popping off. I'm trying to think, what was the last trailer? I was like, let's go. Probably The Matrix Resurrection.
I was gonna say Kyoto's the Flower Moon because
that first trailer is incredible.
I always
I
look to you
agree,
and you're
that
always
first trailer was
mouthing all the
insane.
words to
Oh,
it.
that's
Like,
good. It's very good. Anyways, what was we talking about? I forgot.
Dream scenario.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll watch it.
It looks great.
It's good.
Excited for Nick Cage to finally get his Oscar win. He's
I
not.
don't know about
Oscar,
that.
right?
I mean, fucking Adam Sandler didn't get one for Uncut Gems, so I don't.
Didn't he win an Oscar?
He's definitely
for,
winning an Oscar.
The one where he plays an alcoholic leaving Las Vegas.
Maybe. I don't think he's won though.
Let
I
me
just
see.
feel like if he's won an Oscar, it would be over Willy's Wonderland starring Oscar winner. No, they would.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. He has 100% one on. There's not
Yeah.
a chance in hell. Yes, Leaving Las Vegas and Adaptation. He's nominated for Adaptation.
But did he win?
No, he won for Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
The one I said.
Yeah.
I am surprised they don't lead with that more.
Because everyone knows.
Everyone knows, yeah, at this point. At a certain point, it's just a name. It's just a
Listen,
name.
whenever Leonardo DiCaprio takes a shit,
That's
you
true.
just hear like, Oscar winner, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, because we have to keep being reminded. So we're like, why the fuck is this guy?
Oh yeah, for The Revenant, because we all got tired of those memes, and we're like, fine, do The Revenant. It doesn't matter.
Anyways.
God.
With that is we mentioned it last month because I thought it was coming out in October, but the Holdovers all comes out in November. I thought it came out in October. It actually comes out in
I
November.
don't know what.
I don't know.
My bad.
Anyways, the Holdovers, Paul Giamatti. He's gonna be cranky.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Rhino. That's November.
God, I wish we got more of his Rhino. It was so good.
One day the footage of what's her name? Also in Ferrari, who was supposed to be in Spider-Man.
Oh, Shailene Woodley.
One day the
Yeah.
footage is gonna leak.
There's like one still of like her as Mary Jane talking to him as Peter, and that's it.
Wow, someday.
Someday, I'm surprised that's not on a DVD somewhere, because like they filmed it.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's out there.
Anyways, November. If folks want to keep up with your thoughts on Napoleon, Carrie, is anyone here actually gonna watch Napoleon?
I will.
All right, cool, Carrie. Where can folks find you?
Unless you really don't.
No, you can
I'll
go
keep
ahead.
it a secret.
It's 3 hours of your life.
Thank you.
I like Vanessa Kirby, and she looks awful in that movie. Like, Vanessa Kirby, you look like a sexy, mysterious European lady. Can you be wispy and sexy and weird?
She said, "Yo." Listen, if it was, I really do enjoy Joaquin Phoenix. So if it wasn't him, I probably wouldn't give a shit. I barely give a shit now. But you can find me at Letterboxd just by searching my first name, Carrie, Karrie. That's me.
Mm-hmm. He was in The Village. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You saw The Village, you know?
I love him.
Ryan, where can folks
I
find
am
you?
at letterboxd.com/filmpiece. That is me. I write reviews on movies.
Sure. That's what you want to call that?
No, they're not. No,
Is that what he calls it?
no, they're almost always just like, oh yeah, watch this. Here's the first thing that shot into my head.
And you can follow me at jcruzalvarez26. Will I rewatch The Final Girls finally? Will I watch Black Christmas 2006? The answer to those questions is maybe. Until next time, bye-bye.